All right, the supply of money can get a little bit complicated, so we're going to break it down into the smallest parts. Again, we're going to start with the quantity of money supplied. So the supply of money is the relationship between the quantity of money supplied and the nominal interest rate. So again, the same relationship as we did with demand. But what we need to understand about the money supply is that we are going to keep it fixed. So in econ, the money supply at the level we're going to be at is going to be fixed because on any given day, in any given moment, the money supply is exactly what it is and it doesn't change in that moment. So to do these problems, then we keep it fixed. It's the most critical thing you have to understand is we're going to keep it fixed, okay? And so, and again, that's right here, keeping it fixed. The quantity of money supplied is 1 trillion regardless of the nominal interest rate. It stays the same, but the interest rate will determine the gap between money demanded and the supply of money, which will then give us, do we have excess savings or do we have a shortage of savings, okay? You have seen that the amount of money that people hold depends on the nominal interest rate that they can earn. Demand and supply determine that. Again, price level's high, we need more money. On any given day, the price level, real GDP, and state of financial technology is fixed. So it's not going to fluctuate. Because of these influence on the demand for money are fixed, the demand for money curve is given. We're going to look at that in a second. The interest rate is the only influence on the quantity of money demanded, and it is free to fluctuate. Okay, so it can fluctuate and then we change our money demanded, but the money supply curve will stay fixed. Okay, so when we look at everything like that, we come down here and you can see the curve we're looking at. And we have the fixed money supply. So it's going to give us this curve. We have the money demand curve that fluctuates, right? The money demand, the quantity of money demanded changes based on the interest rate. So if this were the equilibrium, 5%, right? That's where they're going to touch right here. That's the equilibrium. If the interest rate is higher than the equilibrium, we can see that the money demanded is going to be, the quantity demand for money will have decreased right down to here. And then we're going to have this gap to the savings. So that means we have excess supply of savings that we can do stuff with. Conversely, if we're down here, right at 4%, then the quantity of money demanded is going to be higher because we're going to be less interested in putting money into the savings. And so we're going to have an excess demand for money. In the next little video, we're going to talk about how the bond market is used to regulate this situation. But just understand that as far as questions go, if you're going to take the exam, you need to know that if the interest rate is high, we're going to have a lot of savings and we're not going to demand money as much because we're not going to be buying things. We're going to forego that and put money in the savings to earn our high interest rate. And over here, it's going to be the opposite. So keep that in mind.